Don't mess with Mr. Majestyk's melons. Cinema's most rugged tough guy, Charles Bronson, stars as Vince Majestyk, an ex-con and Vietnam vet whose efforts to run a farm are threatened by narrow-minded locals and corrupt cops. But when a mafia hitman destroys Majestyk's crop, the farmer's fuse is finally blown. With his rifle in hand and his girlfriend at the wheel, he goes after the syndicate assassin, and from high-speed back road chases to explosive backwoods confrontation, mobster and maverick stalk each other, two-of-a-kind antagonists to the death. Directed by Hollywood ace Richard Fleischer and written by legendary Elmore Leonard, Mr. Majestyk features wonderful supporting turns by Lee Purcell, Paul Koslow, and Taylor Locklear. Al Lettieri plays the hitman, Charles Bronson plays Vince Majestyk. What can I say? It starts out classic Bronson. He has a watermelon crop, and he wants people to help him pick the melons. He's got so many acres and so little time. He hires a family of immigrants, and, he takes a fancy to one of the ladies, checks her out, and one of the convenience store workers gives the lady a hard time for wanting to use the bathroom. Bronson steps in, like, you're gonna let her use the bathroom. She's not gonna steal anything. It's all good, man. Anyway, it escalates. He roughs him up, and she uses the bathroom. She becomes his girlfriend. That's how it's done. Charles Bronson. They return back to his crop. There's already a family working. There are these hillbilly family that's there, and they're already picking the melons and claiming that they get a percentage and all this stuff. And so Bronson ends up saying screw that. He ends up going to jail. He ends up going to jail for what he does to these people to defend his crops. There in jail, he meets a hitman played by Al Lettieri, who's great in the film. Does a great job as a hitman. So he meets the hitman, and they're being escorted to the main prison on this van type thing. And Altieri's guys, the hitman's guys, show up, and they stop the van from getting there. Bronson ends up evacuating the van, but only leaving him and the hitman is still handcuffed. So Bronson decides to take the hitman with him in the van. And this is all the first 10-15 minutes. So it's super action-packed. There's negotiations to get a sentence down. The hitman doesn't want to go back to prison. Majestyk doesn't want to go either. So there's negotiations to get their prison time down to a minimum. And the hitman really goes toe-to-toe with Bronson. And it leads to this great showdown at the end. I will say the middle sort of lags a little bit. There's 20 minutes they probably could have cut out of this film, but other than that, I really enjoyed it. Alright, so this is a brand new 2K master from KINO LORBER, Mr. Majestyk, and there is reversible art. Pretty neat. Special features, audio commentary by film historian Paul Talbot, author of the Bronson's Loose books, interview with director of photography Richard H. Klein. I did watch that, and Klein talks about how Bronson did most of his stunts in the film, particularly this one where he's in the back of a truck, and he pushes the tailgate down with his legs and fires a shotgun at the car. And, he does a lot of the scenes, a lot of the physical stuff. So he thought that was very impressive. And they did that shot in one take. Interview with actress Lee Purcell, TV spot and theatrical trailers. So you get some solid special features here. As far as the transfer, it looks great. 2K transfer on Blu-ray. Sound is awesome too. So if you're a Bronson fan, I have to say this is one of my favorite Bronson films now. I haven't seen all of them, but I definitely would say Mr. Majestyk is a lot of fun. There's a lot of funny dialogue, and you know what you're signing up for with the Charles Bronson movie, and this exceeded that expectation. So go check out Mr. Majestyk. This has been Return of the Disc. I'm Dan. For more Return of the Disc, visit returnofthedisc.com. Check out the audio version of today's show, available on all major podcast platforms. And be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel.